Hey all, Bridget Bartlett here with My Vision Agency. Did you know that you can set up your account to automatically send payment reminders 7 days before the subscription is actually due? I'm going to show you how to get this set up today on HighLevel. And if you're not a HighLevel customer yet, or you are already a current HighLevel customer, you can go to myvisionagency.com and you can sign up for HighLevel here to receive a free membership in our reseller program. And you can click here if you're a current HighLevel customer, and you can sign up for just $97 a month. If you're unsure of what plan is right for you, or you just want to access all of our free resources and support 4 days a week, you can click here to join our free community. Now, the first thing you need to do inside of your account is go to the settings, custom fields, and let's go ahead and choose a folder. We'll choose general info, and let's create a field that we can update with that custom reminder. So I'm going to click here for date picker, next, and we're going to call this next renewal date, and save. Now let's go back into our account in the automations tab, and I'm going to click here to start from scratch. Now, the first thing that we need to do is set up our workflow for when someone signs up for our subscription or a subscription payment has been made every month. So the first step, we're going to choose payment received. Click here. Now, if we just wanted to leave this open-ended and say any payment that has been received, we could leave it like this. If we wanted to filter by product, payment status, we could simply choose these options here. In this example, I'm just going to leave this open-ended and save the trigger. The next step is going to be order received, and this is going to be when someone first signs up for our program or our service. And again, if you wanted to filter this, you could just choose the product and then get really granular with the workflow. But I just want to show you the universal way of setting this up. So I'm going to choose any time a payment has been received or any time an order has been submitted. Now, I could create two separate workflows to accomplish this. I could also just start building out my workflow here. However, when an order's been submitted, that's a new customer. When a payment has been received, that is the monthly ongoing payment. So I actually want to choose an if-else conditional logic here because I'm using the same workflow. And let's give this a name. We'll just say the criterias. Are they a new customer? We're going to say yes here. And let's go ahead and choose that trigger. Workflow trigger is, and if you don't see it here, just save this action or cancel it. And let's save this because we did just create this and we hadn't saved it, so it's not showing up with the triggers. And let's refresh. Click the plus sign. Choose the if-else conditional logic. Are they a new member? And we're going to say yes. We're going to choose the workflow trigger is, and it's order submitted for a new member. Now, technically, we could just use this as the no or the reoccurring payment here, but let's go ahead and just create another branch. Let's say no, and then we'll choose that workflow trigger, payment received. All right, so now you can see the automation that we've built. Anytime an order has been submitted or a payment received, it's going to go through this filter here. And then if they have submitted the order, meaning they're a new customer, they're going to go down this branch. And then if it is a reoccurring payment, they're going to go down this branch here. Now, if they don't meet any of those criteria, they're going to go down this branch here. But they would have to meet one of these to end up in this workflow. This is just a default that comes up when you use the if-else conditional logic. Now, the reason that I make these separate is because if you have a new member, you likely have different steps in the workflow that you want to complete. You may even have a completely different workflow that you want to send them to. And when it is a reoccurring payment, you don't have all of those same onboarding steps. So it does make sense to put them in different places. However, we do need to add the same 2 steps to both of these branches here. Now, the first step is going to be to update that custom field that we just created. So I'm going to search for update contact field, and let's choose the field, next renewal date. And then we're going to add the current date. Now, this is the current date that that payment was received for the order and for the payment here. All right, so I'm actually just going to copy this and paste it here. So no matter how they came through the workflow, we're going to update the next renewal date field with the current date that that was received. Now, that is not 30 days from the date, right? So we need to add 30 days to this date and then update the field. So to be able to do that, we need to use the math operation. So I'm going to select this option here, and we're going to choose the custom field that we're going to get that data from, which is the next renewal date. Now you'll see here we can add days, months, or years to this, and I'm just going to add 30 days. And then we're going to update that same field again. So now if you're following along, what's happening is anytime an order has been submitted or a payment has been received, they're going through the filter. If it is a new order, meaning a new customer, then we're going to update the next renewal date with the current date. And then we're immediately going to go back to that field. We're going to add 30 days and then update that same field. So every time a payment's received or an order has been submitted, we are adding the date and then updating it for 30 days later. So I'm actually just going to copy this here, and we're going to paste that here. Now, aside from publishing and giving our workflow a name, that's all we need to do for this step here. Now, I will say, if you have an annual plan, obviously you're not going to add 30 days. If you want to do 7 days, you'd add 358 days. So you do need to keep that in mind if you're using this automation, and you want to make sure that you have separate automations for the 30 days and the annual subscriptions. So now let's go ahead and create our second workflow. Let's click here to start from scratch. And now this workflow, the trigger is going to be the custom date reminder. So here we need to choose a filter, and we're going to choose that custom field that we created and update it. So I'm going to select custom date field, and I'm going to choose the field that we created. Now I need to select another filter, and I'm going to choose the option before the number of days. And then here you can put 7, 3, 1, however many days you want to remind them before the subscription is due. So if we wanted to do 7 days, we would just type in 7 there, and then we would just simply add an email step to the workflow. In this email, we would just simply say, hey, just a heads up, your subscription will be renewing in 7 days. And then we likely want to give them information about how they can update their payment method, or they can contact us if they want to cancel or they want to upgrade or whatever it is that we want to send them in this message here. Now, when you go back into a contact, let's choose this one here, you'll see if we scroll down to that folder, now we have the next renewal date field inside the contact. So if we're talking to, in this case, Giorgio, and we're trying to figure out when Giorgio's next payment is due, we can look in this field here. Now, if we have set up this automation after Giorgio has signed up, then we can actually manually set this next renewal date, and we can look at the payments received in this area here. So if Giorgio's last payment received was June 12th, we could go over to the next renewal date and go to July 12th and save. And then now it will trigger those automations. And that is how easy it is to set up payment reminders for subscriptions inside of your HighLevel account. Again, if you'd like to create a free trial, join our reseller program. You can also join our free community at myvisionagency.com. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I look forward to working with you in open office hours. Go make your vision a reality.